If you hate going on camera to record video for your marketing, then keep listening because I've got 4 great tips that will help make you better regardless of how good or bad you are. Now, tip number one is probably the most obvious one. I'm sure you all have heard of this, and it is simply to practice a lot. The only way you get good at this stuff is to do it, and you've got to be prepared to suck initially to become good with practice over time. The beauty of video is you can always delete and start again. I think the main thing to really get over is that perfection is not expected. And if you think that you don't look perfect or you don't sound right or you got something weird about yourself, you got to get over all that stuff. I'm not fabulous looking, movie star looking or anything like that on camera, but I just do it because I've done thousands of the damn things. So that's number one. It's both the easiest and the hardest option. Number two is a little trick I've learned, and this works really well for short form social media type video content, is record your video 1 or 2 sentences at a time, and you can have that 1 or 2 sentences on the phone screen while you're looking at it if you want. And what you do is you stop. So speak the 1 or 2 sentences, stop. And usually with 1 or 2 sentences, it's relatively easy for you to speak it easily, even maybe to remember it and be able to speak it without reading. And then you do that for every 1 or 2 lines in your video. Now, yeah, sure, there's more work involved in doing it this way, but this is a good way to do it. What you then do is you take all of your different little 1 to 2 minute videos, you join them together into one video, and you can clean them up. And a nice little trick I've seen a lot of people do on social media is each time they change clips, they actually zoom in a bit or zoom out a bit. So usually they alternate on the person on the face on the camera. So it adds a little bit of movement on the screen, which makes it look a little bit more realistic. That's probably, in my opinion, that's a lot of hard work, but it might work well if you're doing a 60-second or a 90-second video. The next one is probably the one that most people go with, and this is number 3, and that's use a teleprompter app on your phone. Now, I personally use an Android phone, a Samsung phone. You may have an iPhone. I can't recommend any one app. I've tried lots of different ones. Some of them are good, some of them are bad. You're just going to have to experiment and see what works for you. One little tip I can give you is when you record using a teleprompter app, it's most important that you look at the camera lens, not at the text on the screen. Now, you might say, oh, well, that's not going to work. Well, it's not going to be a problem. You can actually notice it. If you've got the camera or the phone up real close to you and someone's eyes are darting backwards and forwards, you can know it. I've got AI editing tools that can fix the moving eyes issue nowadays, but it's probably better just to rely on looking at the lens and use your slight peripheral vision to read the text in the script. And then the last option, which is an option that is becoming more and more popular, is to use AI video cloning, which is a great technology I've been using for well over a year now. I can literally make 100 different or 200 different looking clones of myself, and all I have to do is do a voiceover recording. I upload the voice to the clone software, and it will produce one that looks pretty good. Now, I'm recording this video in the 5th of February 2025. The technology today is the worst it'll ever be. It's not 100% perfect. Don't expect it to be, but in 3 or 6 or 12 months' time, it's going to be perfect. Don't wait until then to get started with this technology, because everyone will be using it, and then you'll have lost any competitive advantage. If you have any questions about that, you want some help with that stuff, feel free to reach out to me. Otherwise, I hope you find one or more of those options helpful. I look forward to seeing what you come up with your first or your second or your 5th or your 100th video. Have a great day. It's Aaron from the Personal Brand Agency signing off. Bye.